Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your boy Dominic, aka Dom the Cyber Genius. I'm here with another Tryhackme video. This video is going to be on the Capture the Flag challenge. It's a beginner one. It's called RootMe, and I just wanted to walk you guys through it. And let's just get started. This one is based off of points, so how fast you collect the tasks or complete them, that's how many points you're gonna get. I already loaded up the machine, so we want to go ahead and do copied and just post it in there. Look at that, just look like it does look like it's a web server. You want to double check. You always do mmap -sc -sv.
Hey everybody, just had to do this quick voiceover because the sound had cut out, but what you see on the screen right now is the Nmap scan. So what Nmap is going to be the network mapper. I'm basically trying to find the versions and I believe some other things within the Nmap scan. That's why I'm doing the TAC SC and the TAC SV. I'm just trying to get as much information as I can, and I'm using the -T5 thread because I just want to speed it up for this instance. Usually if you're on a real red team engagement, you wouldn't do that, but I'm just scanning the network to see what ports and services are actually open. As you see on the screen, it did populate, and for that the Nmap scan brought us back 2 ports that are actually open. This is going to be port 22 and port 80. So what I'm going to go into here is basically describing what these ports are. So 22 is going to be SSH, so that's going to be secure shell. That's going to be being able to remotely log into something securely, while port 80 is going to be HTTP, so that's going to be the web server. The difference, or what I'm showing on the screen, is just going to be the difference between HTTP, HTTPS. As you see, the difference between those is just the network traffic and how it's being secured. HTTP is going to have that little lock symbol that you saw on the screen, while HTTPS is going to have that the same thing. It's just that the HTTP is just going to have something that's not secure, so it's going to have either like a red cross or you'll see like a red triangle. But in this instance, I start actually going into the actual room. As you can see, there's only 2 ports open, which is SSH and 80. And then for the next one, we're looking at the version of Apache. So what version of that Apache server is running. It's really good to actually, you can copy my answers, but you want to know how to actually read a network scan. So as you see, what I'm about to highlight is that the Apache is actually 2.4.29, so that's going to be the actual Apache server. So it's always key to be able to know how to read a network scan. So then as I go into the third question, then it's going to be what service is running on port 22. So any professional should know that port 22 is SSH regardless. That's usually the port it's mainly run on, or usually ran on, but if you were just trying to double check, you could go back to the network scan and see that it is 22 for SSH. For the next question, I'm just going to be going over GoBuster, and what that kind of is just this tool within Kali that allows you to brute force URIs and URLs to see if there's any subdomains that are actually hidden. Because as a penetration tester, as an ethical hacker, even as someone that's a bad guy, we're all trying to find hidden directories that may lead to sensitive information. So hidden directories should stay hidden, right? And they're hidden for a reason, but if we're able to scope those out and use different things that allow us to see those directories, then it's kind of a good thing on our part, but bad thing on the actual company, because there may be certain hidden directories like an admin panel, payment point panel, or something that's sensitive that shouldn't be on the internet that we're able to find. And then usually within a pen test, the pen tester would then tell the company, hey, you need to take this down, or you need to make sure it's not available on the internet. And what I'm about to do is just basically showing you what directories are. Directories are folders, and basically the folders are what stores the information. So what you see on the website, how I showed earlier with the slashes, those show you the different directories for it. So now I'm about to go into another tab and then go into the GoBuster tool. So this is the syntax that you're going to see. I just copy and pasted from last time because I did this room before, and I just replaced the IP address. But now I'm just going into what the actual things mean. So you're going to do GoBuster and then dir for the actual directory. So like again, it's just showing, if you didn't know what actual GoBuster was, you can just search it up on the internet. You know, there's nothing wrong about that, right? Everybody uses Google. I use Google. The top professionals use Google. So just using your resources to your ability is going to be very, very, very helpful in this instance. I'm about to get into GoBuster now, so just give it one moment. Sorry if anything is delayed. It's just that the sound didn't pick up when I was actually recording the video, so I have to do the voiceover. But going into it, you're going to do GoBuster and then dir. Dir is going to signify that you're trying to brute force a directory or use directories to see which ones are hidden. And then you would do -u to state the URL, so this would be the IP address or the actual domain name that you're going to be using. And then you're going to be using the -w flag for the word list that you want to run against that actual URL to see if any of those hidden directories are within the actual word list that you have presented. And then I'm just running a -t25 thread, so threads are just going to speed up the actual process. The default for GoBuster is 10, so the faster you do it, the better. Right here, if you have any questions about GoBuster or how to use it, you could just do GoBuster-H, and that's just going to show you the syntax and what you could run, the different and the available commands. So as you can see dir is for the directory. You can see help. You can see, you know, if you want to fuzz anything, DNS records, -w for word list, -h for help, like I said earlier, -v for verbose, just trying to get as much information as you can. You would use -u. For some reason it didn't have it on there, but you're just going to be able to use -u for the actual IP address that you are targeting. So now I'm about to run the command. Now it's going to pull down and go through that URL and see if it can find any hidden directories, and if those hidden directories match up to the hidden directory words within the word list that we have running against it. As you can see, 3 of them already came down. So upload, CSS, JS. There will be one more that's going to be coming through soon, so we just got to give it a minute. The one that is going to be coming through is called /panels, and it should be coming through any second. So there it is. You can wait for all of it to be done, but the /panel and uploads is going to be the only ones we need to worry about. CSS and JS is just going to be the actual styling and coding of things. So like, you may not find anything that's valuable there. Maybe some stuff within the source code, but we're just going to be dealing with the /panel and /uploads directory. So that now that we're dealing with those directories, we can go ahead and actually paste it into the IP address we have, and then it's boom, going to show us, hey, there's file uploader. So this might allow us to upload a file. We may not be able to upload any file, but we may be able to upload some files. So this is going to indicate that we're going to upload some type of maybe malicious file. So it looks like we are going to upload a file that's masqueraded as a regular Windows file, but in reality it's a reverse shell. And that reverse shell is going to be put in place to actually establish the connection from our machine to the target machine that we're trying to actually get to. So that's kind of what this is allowing us to do. It's actually pretty cool. And as far as the Tryhackme answer, you would just put /panel/ as for that, right now I'm just putting in the /uploads. I believe that's what I'm about to do. I'm just getting the IP address, and then I'm going to show you guys what the /uploads hidden directory actually looks like. And that directory is going to look like this. So it's going to be the index of uploads. So what this does is it allows us to see any file that was uploaded to the web server. So once we upload our reverse shell, it's going to pop up here, and then we're going to have to activate it in order for the shell to actually work. So this is kind of cool, just seeing the upload, seeing this, you know, this kind of gives you the perspective of a real attacker. Like, if they had access to this, maybe they can upload some malicious file, and then boom, the whole website's messed up. But now we're about to be getting into task 2, which is, or my bad, task 3, which is just getting the shell. So we're finding a form to upload and getting a reverse shell. Just to find the flag, this is what you could use for the hint. So with, I believe, Pen Test Monkey, and we're trying to get a PHP reverse shell. So you would just go to GitHub, and then once you're there, you would just download or make a copy of the actual code, and then you just do git clone. For the code, you do git clone, and then the actual code behind it. And then besides that, it should be actually good. You just copy all of that and then start actually getting into it. And then I'm just gonna stop this real quick, and then I believe I'm gonna go into the actual folder because I already had the reverse PHP shell downloaded, and I highly recommend you guys just making a folder like this. So what I did was, just to organize it, I made a RootMe _ Tryhackme folder. What this allowed me to do was just make everything organized and knowing where I'm at.
Here, see PHP reverse shell. That's how it's gonna look. And then this is where all your stuff is going to be. So this right here is going to be PHP reverse shell.php. That's what we're going to be uploading to the shell. So at first, if you try to upload the PHP shell by itself, right? So if you go here, if you try to upload the reverse PHP shell by itself, then it's going to be an error because the site isn't just compatible with a regular PHP file. Mostly we're using the PHP because a lot of web servers nowadays are compatible with it. So that's the reason why. It's just a certain type of language that a lot of web servers are compatible with. And if you try to upload the file, it's going to give you an error because it's not compatible, like I said, with the regular PHP. So we can just add another extension to it. So what I already did was added the 5. It's just another kind of extension or layer of PHP you can use. So go ahead and go here. You can do open and then upload. Boom, now we're in. So then if we go to upload and refresh the page, now it shows that we have that reverse PHP shell. Right, so now we're gonna be able to, now we gotta go find the actual flag. So I believe this is for later, but now that we have it uploaded, we have to go set up a listener, and that listener is what's going to relay our commands to the actual network in order for us to establish a connection and connect to the actual desktop. Wrong thing. Let's go here. Boom. God damn it. Keep clicking the wrong thing. All right. Boom. And then before we actually set up the listener, you guys need to go do nano, and then go into here. This is just a text editor, and then you just scroll down. Where's it at? And then here is where you're gonna put you're not gonna put the attack IP because that would kind of be stupid. If you put the attack IP, you're literally just having the connection go to the machine we're trying to attack, which doesn't make sense, which isn't going to give us what we want. So you would put the L host or the actual IP address that's hosting you, or the whatever your VPN address is if you're doing it on Linux, and then you just put it out on a port. I'm feeling kind of hackerish today, so I put 1337. You can do any port. I don't recommend doing 8080 or just 443 or 80, because some of those, there may be services running on those ports, which cause it to, slow things down. And if you were a real penetration tester or doing a real red team engagement, then you would probably run this out of a port that they use already to make it look like it's part of the normal network traffic flow. So now those are switched. You can exit out of it once it's good. Then we can go ahead and set up this listener. Now that the listener is set up, this is going to be netcat. We're setting up this listener. This is going to be the flag we're using to kind of set up what we're doing, and this is the port we're running out of. So now it's listening, right? So it's saying it's listening to whatever commands we relay. So since we already have access to this web server, if we click on our file, it should prompt up the actual screen. So let's go ahead and do that. Bink. Now we go here. Oh, now we have the interface. Now we're in. Basically what we just did was we downloaded a reverse shell. It makes it look like, or the code behind it makes it look like it's a regular Windows file or executable, right? A regular PHP shell, but in reality, it's a reverse shell that's going to allow us to establish a connection to the web server. Now that we have the connection, we can run basic Linux commands. Do who am I? So I'm in wdata, ls. Now that you have that, right? So now what was it saying? It was basically saying we have to go find the user.txt file. Oh, boom. Right, okay, so now it's just saying find user.txt file. So I believe now we could do the find command. Find. Here we go, we can do find, and then because we're most likely in the root directory, and then dash type. I know there's another way to do it, but I'm just doing it for this one for now. Type. And then F, because we're initiating that we want to find a file. Sorry for the little mishap. As I was saying, we're going to signify F as a file because that's what we're trying to find. And then we're going to do dash name, then user.txt. And then here's another little trick that I like to do just so I can not see any errors. So we do to operator /dev/null, and it should tell us where the actual file is located at. So boom, it does say that the file is located in the var directory, and then it's in the subdirectory www. So now if we want to go ahead and cd into var, now we do pwd, should be in var cd, and then I think we can go like this, cat /var/www, or what is it, let's try this, user.txt. Okay, I think I may be doing it wrong, but we could always just cd into www. We go there, we can do cat user.txt, and then boom, we got the shell. So you got a shell, so we would go ahead and paste this into the actual thing, and then that's how we get it. So now that we got this shell, so what we basically did was we did reconnaissance, we scanned the network passively, we figured out it's a web server, we also figured out that we're able to upload a file we want, and that file could be malicious, and the file that we did upload was a PHP reverse shell, and that's going to establish a connection with us to the web server, which allows us to get a user interface for that web server and start finding information on it, and we were able to find the user.txt. So now obviously we want more, we want root, we want admin. So this is going to be talking about the user's privilege escalation. So search for files with the SUID permission. You can just think of this as, I guess, super user ID, and we're trying to find which file is weird. This is the actual syntax we could use. I'm gonna just copy this for now, just to have it. So now we're gonna go in here. And then we're gonna be scrolling up. See, a lot of this stuff is permission denied, so it's basically things we've seen already. So it's gonna be more of something in here. Excuse the garage, but now that we found that, usually if you look at the simple I, you would see that Python. Hey everybody, sorry about that, just had some mishaps. But what I was saying was that we were just trying to find any file that had within the SUID permissions to see which file is weird. 4000 is going to be towards, or /4000 is just going to be the number towards SUID and what permissions those people have. So now if you look closely, it is this one right here, which is user/bin/Python. Usually Python isn't located within, what is it? Usually it's not located within, SUID or this area right here. So that's going to be the one that's weird. So you would just take that file path, paste it into here, and then you got it. So now it's saying find a form to escalate your privileges. We're going to go ahead and use JTF or JT-Fobbins. This is going to allow us to actually escalate our privileges. So you go here, or you could just do Control F and do Python, and then Python's here, and then you'll just click SUID. And then if you just go through here, it just talks about what it's actually doing, and then how. What is it? I believe you don't even need to do these two. It's just this one. So yeah, what is it? This example creates a local SUID copy of the binary and runs it to maintain elevated privileges. To interact with an existing SUID binary, skip the first command and run the program using its original path. So we don't have to do this. We're just running this command. Always recommend if you're putting in a long command that's going to run a script, then I always recommend you copy and paste it. One little error is going to cause it not to work or cause it to do something else that you don't want it to actually do. So now we're going to go in here. We're going to scroll down. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to paste selection. And then now we're going to run it. Let's give it a shot. Oops, hold on. I messed something up. Hold on. I think I have to be in a different directory. I think. Or hold on, I always mess this one up. I'm trying to think, did I not copy it all the way? Oh.
Yes, I did. Hey, stop ratting me out, dude. What are you ratting me out for? What do you think? Do you think that makes it?
Give me 1 second, y'all. I believe I forget what I be doing, what I did wrong. Is it not? What's it not doing? Oh, do I just have to, hold on. Everybody makes mistakes. I think it's just this, right? Hold on, what am I doing wrong? Hold on, what am I doing wrong? Hold up. Why is it not allowing it to work? Do I have to be in a different... For some reason, I don't know why it's not letting me do it. Hold on. Oh. Wait, I'm in SUID. Hold on. Okay, give me 1 second. I don't know why it's not allowing me to do what I want to do. This thing is being dumb. Hold on. Why is it not allowing me to... Python not found. Oh, wait. I think I know why. Hold on. Sorry, I see me acting dumb. Doing that though. Oh, I know why. The reason it was doing that is because, okay, I think that might have worked. So we go here. We have root. Yes, now we have root. Perfect. Yes. All right. That's why I was messing up, because I guess I kept adding this, but that's not the name of the actual path, right? Since we're already in far and we're already within that, so that's why I was actually doing that. So now that we have roots, we could do ls. Obviously that's just going to say user.txt. We could obviously do cat, I believe, slash cat root.txt slash root, and I think it should give us try it this way. Okay. Perfect. There it is. So instead of having to do the whole find command, you can literally just do cat and then whatever directory it's in, and then the actual name, and then it'll give you this, and then that's the final flag. And after you post that into this, you're basically done. And that was it for the RootMe capture the flag. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Sorry for the little mishaps and the little hiccups, but besides that, you were able to do a lot of things in this room, and it exposes you to the methodologies and things you're going to actually be doing within an actual pen test. You're going to be doing reconnaissance. You're going to be trying to figure out if web servers or certain things are up, looking for hidden directories, then trying to get a shell to see if you can get a reverse connection and allow for you to establish something that to where you can get onto the actual machine remotely, and then in the end try to do privilege escalation to see if you can get more privileges or get admin rights. But hope you guys enjoyed it. I highly recommend you guys go through it a couple of times just to get the hang of it. maybe one time to just learn, second time to pick up on your commands that you're going to be running, and then the third time just figure out, okay, can you do it without getting any of the hints? Can you go install the actual shell without having to look up how to install, code from GitHub, right? So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys want to see more content like this, and like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out. Peace.